Hey everybody, and welcome to Cam Girl Diaries. I'm your host, Luscious Leisha. Today we have Bella Maori with us. Hey Bella, how are you?
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. So what have you been up to?
I just finished camming actually, that little hour that we so I was like, well, I might as well make the best of it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Just went on there for a little while and
Yeah,
how appropriate, right, to come to do it.
exactly. Yeah, and you look great.
Camming.
Stunning over there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So you said you're on My Free Cams, correct?
Yeah.
You've been on there for how long?
Since 2018. So let's see,
That's amazing.
5 years.
Right?
Yeah. Off and on. I take breaks sometimes, but um it's been off and on, You know how it is. Sometimes you get burnt out.
Yeah,
You
I
get
do.
to the end and you're like, I need a break.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So how is that? What's it like over on My Free Cams? I'm signed up for My Free Cams. I go on there once in a while, but it's a token site, correct?
Yes. So yeah, I think with all the campsites, I think it just like depends on where you feel comfortable with your personality and your brand, It's sort of like, I guess I'm a little goofy kind of, you know.
Yeah. That's more fun, we were fun.
Yeah, just having fun. I guess I just wanted to see kind of where I fit in. I tried some other ones, and this seems like I just keep coming right back here. This is my home, so yeah.
I've streamed there like probably 10 times, but I've always had really good times. I love their interface, like their whole
Yeah,
platform.
me too.
So
That is nice because I think that has a lot to do with whether or not you join or not. Like, if I see one that the interface is looking like really like shady or like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, I do know what you mean because I'm
I
on
can't describe it, but you know what I mean, right?
yeah, I'm on Chatterbait. I'll tell you, I do know 100% because I love Chatterbait, but I fucking hate them because their interface is like 1992. You know, it is. And I went on my Free Cams the first time. I was like, what is this? It has so many features. It has so many cool features. You can design your chat room. Tell us some of the cool features.
Yeah, you can design, like you say, you could design your chat room. You could design your menu. You can even like some girls they have like their whole profile done. So like there's a way you have to do it. Mine is just is like basic, but there's way I think you have to do like there's some coding involved, I think, on that. And so it's a little difficult, but there's people who can do it for you. There's guys that are like, oh, you want me to do a profile for you? But to me, I'm just like, nah, it's okay. It's not this.
Yeah,
But
right.
your profile is looking like really cool,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. It's a funny story about that is like how the profile looks is it does have a lot of cool things you can add to it. But I had one of my Chatterbait guys come over and they're like, this is too much for me. I'm like, what? They're like, there's so much going on. I'm like, I know, it's fun, right? Definitely a fun site.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it sounds crazy, but it's like you're almost like a therapist.
Yeah.
You're just talking and talking because it's a free chat. So you spend a lot of times talking to people, and it's just surprising, like the type of people you meet, and like you could be having a bad day, and then you go on there, and then it just like someone can make you laugh, and it sort of just like brightens up your day, So
Yeah. Yeah. Would you say like with camming, does it increase your self-esteem?
That's a great question. That is a really great question. I don't know. And I'll tell you why. Because I've been in the adult industry in some type of capacity for a very long time. And so I think I really don't even look at it like that anymore. It's just sort of like it is what it is. I don't think it does anything like that for me. I'm just still my self.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. don't know. What about you? Like,
Oh, it actually helped me. I've always had really bad self-esteem, always. When I got on there, I got so many compliments from guys, and I'm like, oh my God, like they like me. It really increased my self-esteem. But then you get those assholes that come in, they're like, just being assholes, and it's like,
yeah, yeah,
So you said you've been in the adult industry for a while.
Well, I mean, in some type of capacity, like, so I started off as a lot of people probably know this, and it seems like it can never go away, but I used to work at Hooters.
Nice.
And so it's sort of like Hooters, I think, is sort of like a way that sort of thrust you into adult in some type of way. Well, so like a lot of girls like that work there, they either went on to be like, dancers or, cam girls or escorts or something like that. And so you sort of get used to like the whole thing of flirting with, people and like it's like
Yeah, I do. That's a really good starter place. It really is. To get some people are uncomfortable like being around guys like that, but I like he's a certain kind of person, but that's cool. So you worked at Hooters, and then what did you do?
And then I went to school, I went to college, and then I started doing mainstream Hollywood modeling and then acting. Yeah, I still do a lot of that. Well, now it's on a strike, but I still do a lot of stuff like that in commercials and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you like doing that kind of stuff?
I do. I love it. Yeah. I've always been into the arts and yeah, I love to tell stories and all that good stuff. So I think this job really works well for me because it's so flexible, and especially right now, there's not a lot of work because of the strike. So,
what is the strike you're talking about?
It's the SAG strike. So basically, the SAG writers are striking because they're not, getting fair wages and things like that, and then the performers are striking because they're okay, like AI.
Yes.
They want to like buy the rights to their images. So like, for example, they would let's just say I don't want to say any actress's name or anything like that, but they would like give them amount of money and then use their image indefinitely.
Wow.
Yeah. So can you imagine? Yeah.
Not cool at all. I would definitely be on strike. Well,
yeah. So it's intense. It's really intense, So they're like, we're not doing that. And so, yeah, I think it's probably going to go on for a while because I don't think there's any type of resolution at this point, So
hopefully they get things their way because people definitely need to be paid for what they're doing. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've been doing this for 5 years, you said. Do you see this as something like long-term that you're still going to continue to do?
I don't know. These are some really great questions. And I normally ever get stopped like on something. I'm like,
yeah. I might actually like find questions or think about questions like I want to be asked or something like off the wall, like,
yeah,
it makes it more fun.
It's great. It's great. I like it. Okay. I mean, I love it. It's, how it's like sometimes it's like you can't get out because it's like when you get out and you try to do something different, you're like, wait a minute.
I know. And the flexibility of working like this, it's amazing. I mean, you can pretty much work anywhere. It's great.
I really like it. I mean, in the beginning, the very, very beginning, I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, so they're going to find out and this person's going to find out. And then I remember I had this situation where I found one of my videos on a tube site and I was like, oh my God, like I'm crying and like, take it down, and all this stuff. And, but I thought, I'm like, I'm not ashamed. I kind of got over all of that. I was like, I'm not ashamed. I'm like, it's empowering.
It is.
It's really empowering to have this type of agency over your body, over your career, over yourself. And,
exactly.
I don't feel like that anymore. Yeah.
No, I think I was kind of embarrassed when I first started doing it, but I was like, I had to do something. I couldn't find work. So here I am, but like, I have always been a super open and sexual person. So like people ask me and I tell them what I do, They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. Are you open about what you do when people ask you like what you're working on?
Well, I mean, a lot of people already know because I mean, I'm a really private person, anyways. But I mean, my Instagram it tells a lot of stuff about me, but things that I don't mind people knowing. But I mean, I don't just start saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, I do cam," you know.
Yeah, me neither. Like I'm an influencer. Yeah,
yeah. You're like, yeah, no, I'm just let's do live.
I just I sit there in my chair and I talk to people. Yeah,
yeah, I just talk to people live.
Anytime they notice, like when I say people ask me, I just say like I'm a webcam model. They're like, oh, what is that? I'm like, just use your imagination. They're like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's just so many facets of it though, because there's girls where they don't even like take their clothes off or anything, or they don't do anything, and it's crazy because I feel like when I'm like more clothed, I make more money. It's the strangest thing. I know that sounds crazy, but you do.
You really do. I'm not one of those girls. I get I get naked sometimes, but I do like game shows. If you ever have seen the podcast where I had interviewed on here, I do game shows a lot. We play games all the time, and like you said, I just talk to people. I love to talk. I talk nonstop. And a lot of people come in just to shoot the shit. Is that how it is with you?
Yeah, they just come in and how they always they always say, "Oh, you're so beautiful." They all say that. You're like, and you're just like, like, "Oh, thank you," But then you're kind of like, "Okay, enough with that. Can you please just hit me, please?"
Exactly. More than one token, that would be helpful.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, the one token people.
I got so pissed one night. Some guy was like, bang. I'm like, okay, that's not doing anything for me. Can you stop? He's like, okay.
I know, you keep hearing the sound and you're getting happy, and then you kind of look at the board. You're like, wait a minute, they only tipped me one token.
You're like, oh shit, So how does it work over there? Like I know a Chatterbait, like a token like 0.05 cents. How is the pay over there? It's
it's the same at MFC. Yeah, I always thought about joining Chatterbait, but I don't know. I go to the interface and I'm like, I don't know. It's hard. Yeah. And I'm like, and then I just recently was thinking about joining cams.com. I don't know if you ever been on more.
No, I have not.
I was looking at the process and I'm like, oh God, to join and everything. I'm like, oh, it's like, oh.
Is that a token site through, or is that kind of like the private?
I think I'm trying to remember if cams. I don't know because I haven't did that much about them, but
there's so many out there. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, and you got to be real careful though. You got to be careful. Yeah, because it's a lot of like scam people, and they will use your videos and without you knowing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. Like I'll search my name once a month and I'm like, oh my God, I'm everywhere. Like you're not supposed to be over here. Like it really
and you're not getting paid for that. You're like,
exactly.
Take it down. I think it's just like this industry is like there's no way we can control it. I mean, DMCA, there's branded skin and all that, but like it's still out there.
It is. And people like know how to hack everything. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but it's like they can just get anything they want, hackers. So there's really no way around it. And a lot of new people I notice like they'll get pissed off if like, there's shit's out there, but it's like kind of bound to happen. Yeah. Realize that,
Yeah, it's nothing. It's a shock at first because when it first happened to me when I first started, I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my God, and I'm crying like, oh. I was like, I gotta get over this because this is. And then I stopped, and then I was like, forget it. I'm going ham. I'm just going all the way. And then,
yeah. So the DMCA. Let's talk about that because I've never talked about that with anyone else. The DMCA agreement. As far as I kind of look at it, I understand it is like, say, Chatterbait or My Free Cam. Like, if you find your stuff elsewhere, you can copy the link and send it to them, correct? And they'll take it down.
Yeah. And I think with MFC, you just send them a message about it, and they'll do it for you.
Nice.
I don't know if Chatterbait does that for you.
Well, kind of. I was going to ask you about that because the last time I found my stuff like on 10 websites, so I sent all the links over to put in an email and send it. and they said they only took 2 down. And the reason they couldn't take the rest down was because there's an option you can choose with Chatterbait if you want to be found like on the main page. If you say no, then your stuff won't leak. It's kind of shady. But they said say yes, I mean that they can't take those things down. I don't really understand it all, honestly.
It is weird.
It didn't make any sense.
I know some of them that you can't take it down if it's international. If it's like overseas. Yeah, as long as it's in America, they have to take it down. But like most of these companies, they operate out of like Romania.
They do work on an island with like 2 people, and
yeah.
Let's be true,
I know, and I'm like, so you can't get them. The DMCA means nothing over there.
It really doesn't.
It's not, and they know that. They know that.
Oh, that's why they're on the island, on a little boat,
They're in containers. They're in the containers.
Oh my God. They really are. I will not.
The containers of the boat.
Right? And they're like, how much did you get? I had them all. How much, funny stuff.
No, it's so crazy because I remember when I Googled myself and I found it. And then the ones that they post in there, it's like, I'm looking so dumb. Like they capture the video where you're just sort of just standing there. You're sitting there at the camera, sort of just like,
I'm like, really? You couldn't have done better than that.
Or you're sitting here at the computer, like with no shirt on, and you're just like,
or you've been on the weirdest angle, and it's like, oh my God, for real? Like,
yeah, like you get the craziest clips. Like, dude, I'm like, this is so wrong. It's wrong for that alone.
It really is. I agree. Embarrassing. I'm like, come on.
I know. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. Yeah, the one I was like typing and my mouth was like half open, and I was like, I'm just gonna go past this and pretend it doesn't exist. But yeah, for anybody, I guess, joining DMCA, that's kind of what it means, is they can take your stuff down if it's not overseas, and that's rare. So that's another thing to remember, I guess, is you're gonna be.
Yeah, it's rare. You can't do anything. So that was this. Okay, I don't know if you know about this guy. There was this guy. He was a menace. He was like a Cam Girl menace, and I cannot remember his name right now, but he was taking like all the girls' content and putting it on this site. And if you asked him to take it down, he was like, "No, I'm not taking it down." He was on Twitter and everything. It was I think it was like in 2019, like right before the pandemic hit, and he was terrorizing cam girls.
Oh my God,
with their stuff. And he's like, so he finally took mine down because I kept asking him to take it down. And then he sent me a message and he's like, I don't care. And I was like, thank you so much. He was like, you don't have to thank me, you whore, like that. And I'm like, oh God.
He's the one with the problem. He's probably got a 2-inch dick, and he's like got to overcompensate for it. Terrorize.
It was awful. It was just awful. I think he got a kick out of like girls like panicking.
Yeah, it was probably like narcissist. Seriously. Some of these people are too much, and like that goes back to saying you have to have a thick skin because some of you are just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, because people take too much time on their hands, I believe. Go get a job, start camming or something.
They're in their mom's basement. They're in their basement.
Typing away to their friends over in the boat.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
It really is. It's like the shit you can't make off it. You really can't. So yeah, new cam girls, if you're ever into this stuff, you're going to be overseas, you're going to be everywhere. So just remember that.
Yeah, you're going to have to accept that you're out there and just don't give a care.
And roll with it. Yeah. It is the rest of your life. Some of us it is how it is.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's a double whammy.
I was like, okay, well.
I know. I guess that's the one thing I didn't think about when I first started 2 years ago, that, once you're out there forever. So I don't know how I feel. Like and it's like I just turned 40, so I don't know. Like to me, it was kind of like, but I'm like, I don't really care anymore. Honestly, like I don't. But like new people starting, I don't know if that's like something people are aware of sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's like I think when you first start, you sort of trust that the place that you're with is gonna like help block people from taping you and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, you could do the geo blocks, but that doesn't stop people from recording you.
That's the thing. Anybody could stay here with their cell phone. or whatever program they have in record us. It's so easy. I just go.
Yeah. Do you get those guys that are like, oh, can you get on Skype?
Yes, all the time. And I'm like, I'm busy right now. Like, I'm naked right now. What do you mean?
You need to write a book. Have you written a book about this? You should write a book called Cam Girl Diaries.
We should, and you would write it. We'd have a blast, man. We would have a blast if you helped me write it.
Yeah, writing that book. I mean, it would be hilarious. It would be. We could dedicate a whole section to the DMCA. That
we should. We can make it like 10 pages. Well, we might have to go undercover. You know, we'll go to those islands to go check it out.
Right?
We'd have a blast.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So you ready for another crazy question? So the first time you were ever on cam, how did you feel when you saw your image on the screen? The very first time.
You ask such great questions, girl. Like, oh my God. Okay. Okay. I will be honest. When my first time, I smoked so much weed that I don't even think.
I love it.
I wasn't really like aware.
Right. You're like, great.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, because I was so nervous. And I'm like, dude, I'm so nervous right now. Like, but I do remember feeling like all these people are watching me and I don't know who's watching me.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, that was like really like weird, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was too. I was like, ooh, I'm like, I really look like that. Like, that was my thoughts at first. Like, I didn't ever see myself.
No, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. The low self-esteem, I'm trying to boost that shit up, but it's hard. But yeah, I mean, you come from the background where you're already in front of people too, so that helped.
Yeah, but it's a little different though. It's a little different because if I'm modeling or if I'm acting or something like that, I'm playing a character. And so what I've had to do actually, which this is a really good question you asked, is that I have to create a character when I go on cam, because if I'm just being me, I can't do it. It's, you know,
yeah,
I'm shy and I'm like all these things because I'm really quiet. Like normally myself, I'm an introvert and all this stuff. So I sort of have to create a character outside of that.
Do you?
So that I can do it.
That's super cool.
At first, I didn't know what to do. I was like, dude, I'm so nervous. I have to keep smoking weed every time before I go on.
She's like, I can't even go on. I can't even see straight. Like,
yeah, and I'm like just to calm my nerves, and then I get real silly, and then I'm like laughing and stuff, you know. Then I was like, just be somebody, just pretend to be somebody else, you know.
So does that work good? Does it work good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Time keeping track of myself. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Just create a whole nother alter ego.
Yeah. I'd be like, what are we doing now? So what kind of stuff, like what kind of stuff are you on? Like, do you have any niches? I can't even talk. Are like MILF? You're not MILF. I know you're not a MILF, but what do you do? Like any kinky stuff or anything like that?
Well, I like to do, one of my favorite things that I do is I like to let them guide me on what they want me to do. So I sort of play like, okay, I'll have my tip menu on there, and then I'm like, you guys decide on what you want me to do. Because it sort of takes some of the stress off of me. So, you know, they'll type in there, oh, do this or do that, or, you know, I used to want to do like the wheel thing, but I just couldn't ever do it right. I don't know. It seems like everybody else is like better than mine or something.
I know. I never used it myself, like the app that they have in there. I've never used it. I actually made my own wheel, like a spinny wheel.
You did? I could never do it right. I'm like, dude, why does mine seem like it don't be working right?
It takes a lot of thought, but thank God you could Google some shit and you can find some stuff, but there isn't a lot of stuff out there really to help.
Yeah.
We were just talking about on the show, the tip menus. Like, did you find it difficult to price things at first when you first started?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did. What I did was, and I know, because I don't know if they do this on Chatterbait, but on MFC, a lot of girls block it so other models can't see their page.
Yeah, I saw it.
Do they do that on Chatterbait as well?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to see what they're doing.
I didn't want to.
And that's how I was, you know, a lot of pages were blocked, but there were some that weren't. And I would go on there just to see, like, what's the going rate for this? Or what are these girls charging, you know? And I sort of just looked on other people's stuff and then try to kind of pick the sweet spot in the middle of that or something like that, you know? Because I had no idea. I was like, how much should I charge to show my tits?
I know. I'm like, how much for a picture? $3 unless he's really low. There should be a handbook.
I know.
You know, there should be like a guide that we can look at because
Yeah.
clueless sometimes. You really are. I am.
The tip menu is like crazy, girl. There's and it's like you really don't know. It just depends on the girl. Because I've seen like girls shows that are doing like a lot for like 5 tokens.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, if I just do that, they're probably not going to want to. So you just have to just set your tips and just go because everybody's different.
Exactly.
You know?
Guys that come in and they'll be like, oh, you're charging this much? Be like, yeah, you just have to stand your ground. You think it's worth that? Don't change it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to stand your ground.
Exactly. Because guys they will push you around. They'll try to, you know, they try to get their way any way they can, but nope.
Oh, yeah. The freeloaders.
Yeah. Yeah. We call them the grays over on Chatterbait. And a lot of models will collect them. But I think it's fun just to let them in because, you know, more people to talk to. I like to chat a lot. So sometimes they'll go get some money, you know?
Yeah. You know, when you hear that sound, you're like, yeah. It's like motivates you.
How much was that?
Yeah, it's like ding, 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 ding. You're like, oh, yeah.
100 tokens, that gets me excited, you know?
Oh, yeah. I think everybody gets excited. And then when you hit your quota, you're like, okay, now I can get off of here. You're like, okay, so I'm going to be taking off, you guys.
I'm going to do this, but I'm going to go. Have a good night.
Yeah. You know? And they're like still there. They're still there. You're like, they're still in the room.
I didn't every night. I'm like, why are they still there? I'm not coming back. Yeah, then I get all nervous sometimes, like when I'm setting up my room, because for any beginner cam models, sorry, I have like a horrible cold. Awful. For any beginner cam models that you go on, at first you have to set up your apps and stuff. So like I'll be sitting there and I'll see like people come in, I get nervous, I'm not moving fast. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta hurry because they're gonna leave before I get on. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't care because sometimes they'll come in and then they will leave and then they'll come back. You'll see them leave and then you see them come back. You're like, okay. Like I'll literally be like, hi, whatever name is, such and such, and then they'll leave. And I'm like, okay, bye.
You know, I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll be in a few hours, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hustle.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Do you work a lot of hours on cam?
It depends. Like sometimes I'll just do like a marathon.
Really?
And then make a certain amount of money and then I'll take some time, 2 days, and don't go on there. And then sometimes I'll just go on for like a couple hours and see what's going on. It just depends. Yeah. I do know that if I'm on longer, I don't necessarily make more money being on longer. So I thought that would be why, but not really. You sort of just, because I'll go on and then take a little break, eat something, come back, and
same. Like yeah, and it's I feel the same way because like I'll usually go on for like 2-3 hours max, but sometimes in an hour I'm done. You know, I've made enough of what I needed, but then in a while longer, I'm just like, it's so slow sometimes. It's so slow.
Yeah. And then what about when you're on there and then you want to leave and then you're thinking about making your exit, then you see more people coming into the room?
Yeah, and you're like, should I say or
like, oh God.
Yep, exactly. It's tough sometimes. When you're your own boss, you can do what you want, but it's like, am I missing out on a big whale coming in? Like,
yeah. I usually just tell them like, oh, I have an appointment to go to. I'm gonna take off. I gotta go be somewhere, such and such, but I'll be back. And then they're like, bye. And then they stay on. And then
what is going on?
What would be cool that I was thinking about? I wonder if there's like, I don't want to say support group for cam girls, but like maybe like something like that where like we can all like come together and just sort of like talk and like, your ideas and stuff like that, because it could be a really lonely job and it's very isolating and sometimes you can get like, depressed,
You definitely can. I've been there. You're right, because I started, like, I just signed up, I interviewed a cam girl a couple weeks ago that was in a studio and she was talking about how she has all these friends You signed up by yourself as well, right? Like just online.
Yeah. No, I'm not with a studio. I'm by myself.
So like I don't have any connections. Do you? Like I don't talk to anybody, and it's very low.
No.
Do a potluck. We seriously should, because it would be nice. Do a potluck or like a picnic or something. And
yeah, I think so. You're on the East Coast though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out here in California, so
it would be kind of cool though. Like you're right, but there is a resource that
even if we did like where we all just came like and did like a Zoom or something, you know, just like, hey girl, want to talk about how you've been doing? Like, do you want to kind of vent? Because sometimes I've experienced racism on there, and I was just like, oh God, that was a lot to deal with. You know, I've had to block certain people from calling me the N-word.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I've had people come to me to a race play. I'm like, who are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, get the fuck out. Like, what is wrong with people?
You said race play?
Yes. I'm just like, block. I don't know. That's not cool. It's not cool. Has anybody ever asked you to do that?
No one's ever asked me to do that, but I've had one situation where a guy called me the N-word.
How did you react? I don't think I would have reacted very well.
I was really shocked.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, blocked him right away. And then I went into my settings and I just put that word in there. You know, you could put like words in sensitive words that you don't want to come up in the chat.
That's cool.
So I just went in and I'm typing in that word. It's like anything associated with that word or anything. I just, you know,
you're doing your thing and somebody drops something like that. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
that's not.
That was a lot. I was like, oh my God, that was
not off. Honestly, like I have before. People are really, really rotten. Like it's like they're really having a bad. Like they're just bad people.
Yeah,
that's hard to handle. That's another thing. Like you kind of keep going. You could take a break and come back, but you still got to like recoup from that. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah. It's very mentally and emotionally.
Yeah,
you have to be strong. You have to be strong.
And it built up because I took like a week off like last year. I just couldn't deal with it. Like it was just like really bad for me. And yeah, it sucks that way. Like people don't realize they're like, oh, your job's so easy. Really? It's not.
No, it's like we make it look easy. It's not easy at all. You have to really, I mean, like, think about it. You may not even feel like talking that day, but then you have to get on there and be like, hey, you know, oh, you're so funny. You know, you're like,
I know. You put on there and I'm like, oh, I've had a shitty day. I gotta go fucking work. Oh my God. I can't get my shit together some days. I bring the attitude over and I just get off. But it's hard. It's like an act. That's all it is, you know?
Yeah. And then like some of these guys, I really do believe there's some that just hate women and they want to go on there to just do, you know, say some crazy stuff.
And I agree.
Make you feel bad. Because they have issues.
Yeah. I think I pay people to go in there and say shit and leave.
I do too. Me too. I do too. Crazy.
It's just, I really do. They're like, hey, you want to go in and fuck around with some girls, make them feel really bad about themselves? Like, go ahead. Like, oh, it's just like, come on, go do something else. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not a malicious person, so I would never call anybody a name. You know, but some people, they get off on that shit. It's gross.
But I don't worry about that. But that's like the craziest thing that has ever happened. I was like, oh my.
Stalkers or anybody like saying they're, you know, I think your girlfriend now. And
well, yeah, I mean, you have the regulars. I have some regulars, and sometimes they can get kind of creepy. You know? You're trying to like keep them boundaries, but then you don't want to like scare them away. But then you're like, oh God, this guy is crazy.
Yeah, it's hard. And you draw the line. Like some people, I don't know where to draw the line. I'm like, oh, I love them too much.
No, just set your boundaries, you know, or log off. Or just log off and start over again another time.
Exactly. I've done that when it's really slow. I'm like, oh, or like, this is so bad to say, but I've had a couple of people come in and they're super annoying. And they only do the one token thing for like a straight hour, like every like 5 minutes one. And I'm like, it annoys me. So I'll get it off and I'll wait like 20 minutes. Then I'll get back on and they're gone. Do you ever do that?
Usually when I do that, they'll come right back.
I don't repeat it anymore.
I'm wondering in the settings, can they probably have it, they get notified when you go on.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how the hell did they know when I keep going on? Yeah. Well, you go on and you're like, oh, where you been? I haven't seen you in a while. You're like, how the hell did you know?
And Well, with Chatterbait, you hit this little button that says announce when you're online. I think anybody that's subscribed to you, how many followers you have, it goes out to them. So yeah, we can't take me from it.
Oh my God. You know, I wanted to ask you, I was thinking about this because I don't cam in here.
Right.
So I'll cam like in my room and everything, and I have all that set up. But like, do you ever find it challenging to like create a space, like just the best? It's like I feel like all these years I'm trying to find like the best camming space that I can find.
I'm the same. I'm never happy with my background. I'm never happy.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I would everywhere around the room. Like I do it in my room. It's the only place I have, but it's like I move my shit everywhere. I just can't ever get happy.
Yeah, and then I'm like, it seems like everybody else's room is like perfect.
I know. I looking back, I'm like, oh God,
What is up with that?
your underwear over there, my fan. I left that shit on a plate of food. You gotta be clean.
You know what I think it is? I think a lot of girls are going at the studios. That's what I think. A lot of girls are studio girls, so like that's why their stuff looks like that, because they're in studios that have like the setup and the lighting and all that perfect.
Well, we're over here like trying to put up some Christmas lights,
Yeah, I have some Christmas lights in like on my bed frame.
Yeah, listen, girl, those back there are Halloween lights. I mean, that's great. They're cheaper than the LEDs. So.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll do just like the little divider. I'll put it so you can't see my apartment. I'll just have it like around the camera, like whatever.
That's cool. Good idea. But yeah, I mean, to me, like if I was going to watch porn, I wouldn't want to see a really nice room. That's just me. And I know a lot of guys don't want to see it. They want to see normal stuff, like not a nice, like a plant over here. And there's like tons of awesome lighting,
Yeah, yeah. They like toys, like, well, not of course that, but like I have a teddy bear. They like teddy bears. It's weird. Because like I have a big teddy bear and that I put in my bed, and they like that. I don't know. Maybe it's some type of like fetish or something. I don't know.
It might be. Maybe I should get my pound puppy out from 1983. Oh my God, that's funny. Or if you had like a chick or something you could put behind you and just see if they notice it.
Yeah.
I'm doing this tonight. I'm gonna get a stuffed animal. I'm gonna put it behind me and see if
Yeah, it's like I have. Oh, let me show you. So this is my bear right here. See, look, you see him?
Oh, they just want.
He has a bridal veil. But yeah, I usually will put him in my bed, and I guess I don't know. It's like they like it.
I love that. That's so cool. That's like the coolest thing I've heard in a long time. I like original shit like that. That's cool.
The teddy bear.
Yes. That's really cute. What do you like the most about the industry? Like, what do you like the most about being here?
About what?
About camming, being in the industry. What's your favorite part?
I think the flexibility. I get to like, oh my God, I have so much lingerie. You get to like buy all these outfits that you would never buy.
Yeah, and you can write them off in taxes.
I have so much lingerie. It's crazy. And I know I wouldn't have all that if I didn't have this job.
You know what I work? Eyelashes.
You like eyelashes? Oh, I so envy you because I do not know how to put them on. I cannot put them on. I can only do one eye, and then the other eye gets all jacked up, and I'm like, forget it.
I'm like, oh my God. I just learned how to do it. I don't think I probably even do it right. I put the glue on my lid. I think you're supposed to put it on the lash, but they're always crooked. One's up here, one's down here. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and you could feel it because it's like when you blink, you could feel it's like hard.
Exactly, and it's like up to your lower lid. You're like, oh my God, like it's a shit show some days for me trying to put them on.
Yeah, but it's so pretty though. Lashes are pretty.
I've never used them before I started doing this. I never wore really makeup before I started doing this. So I started watching YouTube videos, contouring. I'm like, how do I do this? Like, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I just trial and error.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're just showing up for yourself. I mean, you don't have a boss telling you gotta do this, that. It's great. Like, you can do whatever you want. I love about it. So you use like any Lovin's toys or anything currently?
Yeah, I do. I have one that it's interactive.
Yeah. Which one do you use?
It's like it looks like a little bullet, but it has like a little thing hanging out. Can't remember the name of it.
Like a rabbit? No, it's not a rabbit. What is?
Oh, it's I don't even know the name of that thing.
The exo, but no. No, I don't gotta look it up because I need to know.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but it's a good one. You add the person and then they could interact with it.
Nice, because I have a Hush 3. It's like the thing that goes inside. You know what? It doesn't do anything for me. Nothing. So I need something better that works. I think they're fun though. They're really fun. Like before I came into this, I had no idea that these things existed. Did you?
No. And I started seeing girls like with them, and I'm like, why are they doing it? You know, when I was first trying to like, yeah, they just because I would like go on like girls' pages because I feel like I just wanted to, you know, you're learning, so you're just like, what is she doing? What is she doing? They would have it in there, and it would just like the little string thing be hanging out, and I'm like, what toy is that? It's
Me too. I was dumbfounded.
yeah, and I was thinking like all these things, but there's a way you could do it where it doesn't necessarily have to be in there. If you put it, there's a way you could put it like on your underwear, and it looks like it's in there. It's a lot of tricks to it.
They're kind of like mine is like kind of like just really frumpy and big. It's just not really user friendly. And it's called
that it's big.
yeah. Here, let me grab it for you. Have you seen those yet? Like the other one? Like look how big that is. I hate.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Have
Yeah, that's the one. What is it called? Because I don't know what it's called.
the Lush 3.
Okay, yeah. Because I have the app on here. Like the app.
I actually just had to get a new one because mine broke. Like it just stopped working, and they're like $200. They're expensive. So I emailed Love.
Oh, you don't have to pay that much for it.
How did you? What?
Girl, they got those things on Amazon for like $25.
Shut up. Are you still?
No, go on Amazon, and it's the same thing. I'm telling you, it's not. It's like, do not pay all that for that. Go on Amazon right now. I wish I would send it to you right now. And
Who makes them?
girl, they have those things. Put on their Love It vibrator.
Okay. I'm gonna be floored, aren't I?
Scroll down. At first, you'll probably see the ones that are like $100, but then once you keep scrolling, you'll see the ones that are like $25.
Are you serious right now? I am so pissed.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm excited. We read it more, but I'm like trying to save. I'm like, I can't afford this.
And the reviews are really good.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's super awesome tip. Thank you.
Did you find it?
I did. I see one for 23.
And the reviews are good. Read the reviews. They're like, this is good. Like, it's not even. Yeah, this
Oh
is
my
even
God,
better.
this is insane. This is the best thing I've heard.
Girl, don't be paying no $100 for that.
So yeah, guys, if you don't want to buy it, leave it. What do you give us up? That is great. That just got me really excited. I want to get some more, and I'm like, I can't try to save
Shut it down. Shut it down. Go in there and order all that shit.
I'm getting things for cheaper. Definitely. That is great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I have a lot of toys from when I went to X3 in Miami.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. So we got a lot of like free toys.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. Yeah, I got to go to that.
That's so neat. I've been trying to like be one of those affiliates or whatever, or like get free toys, but I don't think any of those sites are legit. You know how you get free toys and you write reviews?
Oh yeah, you should do it. I've never done that, but like I know there's people that do it.
And I can't find any that like respond to my emails. I don't know. It'd be fun though. I'd love to test out toys. That'd be super fun. You know?
I know, right?
Yes, I
That's
love
fun. That's fun. Like about your job.
I give you pleasure, literally. You know. So, what kind of advice do you think you would give somebody that's thinking about? Hold on, my camera. Is my camera blurry? This just sucks. I got a new Logitech and the C920X, and it always goes blurry. It doesn't have one of those things that's focusing.
Yeah.
What is it?
There's some that you can get that they self do it, and then some of them don't.
I wish I would have known because I would never have gotten this. Like on my show, like I have to get it real close for it to focus. I'm like, here you guys go, you know?
Yeah. I think I would say make sure that you really want to do it because you're gonna have you're gonna be out there. There's gonna be people who are gonna find out, and there's trolls. I mean, there was this one girl, I don't know who she was. She posted on my Twitter, and she had like a snapshot of me on my website and with my, you know, like what's going on? Yeah, I'm like she was trolling me, and I'm like, so people will find you. So you have to make sure that
Yeah.
Just do your research.
Yeah. I think a lot of girls don't do their research. I'm a super big learner. Like I had to research everything. Like, are you like that?
Yeah. That's because I was like, when I was I was gonna join camps.com, but I was like, I gotta read up on it first. And so I'm still like reading up on it.
Yeah. My thing is, like, with picking a site, like I need to make sure that I can get paid quick because I don't like to wait 2 weeks or a week. I don't like, I like Chatterbait because of that reason, because you get daily pay. Like it takes like 24 hours to get to you, but it's nice to be able to get your money the same day. Is MFC like that? I can't remember.
Are you on? No, you don't get paid in the same day for MSC, but you get paid. That's good because some people don't get paid.
I do. I got paid one time. I went out there for like an hour one time. And I'm like, what is this?
So I do remember when I first started and I went in my first private. That was crazy, and I was so scared, and I did everything too fast. I still made money, but he was like, slow down, because I didn't know what to do. I thought like once you get in there, you're just supposed to like go wild, you know?
Oh my God, that's so fucking crazy because I did it too.
You did it too?
He's like, why are you going so fast? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just really nervous. I'm really nervous.
Yeah, like he's like, wait, like just slow down. And I was just trying to hurry up and get it done.
And now I'm like just sitting there, like taking my time watching those minutes tick up.
Because those privates, that's where you make your money.
Yes, if you keep on there for long, do it. That's where it just keeps going. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make sure you research. Just make sure you know that your material is going to get stolen at some point, and you have to be okay with that. But I mean, I think it's not as taboo as it used to be. It's a little bit more acceptable now, and yeah, hey, go for it, It's a great job. You can make a good living if you stick with it, and get to make your own hours. You're in control of your life, and that's what I like. I like being in control.
Yeah, me too. I'm a huge control person. I get to be in control of everything. It's great.
Yeah.
I really like your idea of the whole like Zoom thing. We should definitely look into this.
I know. I'm serious about that. I'm serious about it because I mean, I think that would be great. We could probably start like a little a group chat first.
We should, and then we don't have to do like moderators or anything. It'd just be us,
Yeah, we just kind of vent and we just, talk about what happened or anything that we want to like, just to help. Because who else could we talk about it with?
Yeah, Reddit. I mean, Reddit. I get sick of forums, honestly. Like, it'd be nice to just talk to people.
I know, me too. Did you used to go on stripperweb.com before they shut down?
No, it wasn't.
It was a really good site. I used to go on there all the time, and it was a lot of like cam forums and cam discussions on there.
But it'd be really nice just to like talk like this. Like, I think it would really help a lot of girls out. I really do.
I do too.
We should definitely, I'll hit you up outside of here. We can talk about it. We could definitely get something together. I think it'd be cool.
For sure. Especially like newbies coming in and then maybe they want to know like, what do I do about this? And I wouldn't mind helping because I wish I had somebody like help me. I had to do everything the hard way.
Me too. And then I learned hard lessons, I'm a helper too. I love to help. So we should definitely talk. Maybe guys, stay tuned. We might get something cool in the works here, right?
Absolutely.
So do you have anything to add? Do you think we missed out anything? Anything you want to say about yourself?
We covered a lot. Like we got a lot done. Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to hit you up outside of here and we will talk about the Zoom things. I think it's a really great idea.
Sure. I mean, it might start off with just 2-3 people at first. And then, we could like post it and be like, oh, we're having our cam, debriefing. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
And do like vent sessions. We could do like craft ones. We could do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like throw off ideas to each other because I feel like, because you can't go on certain girls' pages. Like some girls are like, I don't want you copying me and all that. But like, we're just trying to like find out like what to do.
That's the thing. And like, I'm not one to take, you're not either to take the ideas, but some people will go, they're just straight take it all and just put it on,
Yeah, they
they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna work. I'll put this shit right on there,
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, but I leave my room open. I don't care if people come in. I really don't care. If I look at it as if I can get somebody out, that's cool,
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, I will definitely talk to you outside of here about that little group thing, 'cause I really think that's cool. But it was great having you. We'll definitely be
I
talking
know,
to.
I love this discussion. I'm so glad we got a chance to do it. We almost didn't happen, but I'm glad that we did.
It wasn't meant to be. I trust the universe there, but yes, I'm glad we got it all together. Right, girl. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. All right, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
All
You
right.
too.
Hey, y'all. That was Bella Maori. Super cool chick. We learned about MFC. Um, just like Chatterbait, it's a token site. We learned some cool things. Great advice. So yeah, definitely go check out all her socials. Her links will be in the description, as well as the podcast information. Listen to us on everywhere that you can listen to a podcast on, and you can support us over on Patreon. Okay, guys, we will talk to you soon. Have a great night.